Hi guys, my name is Tinashe. Welcome back to my channel. It's such an honor to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. So today we have a skincare video. I'm going to be talking about retinols. The reason why I've chosen to talk about retinol is how it has actually helped my skin. When I was doing a prior video and I was speaking about my skincare journey and my skin in general, I actually mentioned that I started experiencing problems later on. I wasn't, those people who had those breakouts in their teenage years. Sadly, I started getting acne later on, in my adult years. The journey has really been a really tough one because when you're an adult, you have things to do, you have to go to work, etc, and there you are, you're not feeling confident with regards to your skin, with regards to just your face. You're just not feeling comfortable. I will not say too much so that this video is not too long, but it was quite a journey. I will actually just link the video I did for Dermalogica so that you can understand my journey with regards to my skin. Yeah, so I started using retinol later on in life. Obviously I didn't know about it, so let me talk about retinol for a bit. So retinol is actually a form of a vitamin A. I know there's the vitamin A whereby you eat, but this vitamin A is the topical one that you put on your face. It comes in a cream, in a serum. It comes normally in those two forms, and the benefits of it is it can help with your wrinkles, it can help with your acne, it can help if you have hyperpigmentation, it helps with those dark spots. If you have those sunspots as well, it actually helps with that. If you have problems with texture, retinol can actually help you as well. What you have to consider are the drawbacks. The drawbacks of retinol can be if you use a really high concentration, and definitely your skin will not be really used to it as yet. But if you use a really high concentration, then you notice that you can have some, redness. Like for me, I already have allergies. So I remember when I was starting out with retinol, I'll actually, like just redness, and I'm a bit light, so you could actually see it. You can have flakiness. You'd find that your skin will actually start flaking. Then your skin will actually start becoming dry. And then the other drawback is that your skin will actually peel. I have tried actually using something from the chemist. The one for the chemist was really not okay. The one for the chemist, those drawbacks that I've just mentioned, they happened to me. Dryness, flakiness. My skin was just, it was peeling. It was so bad. Like I would even feel it here around my mouth, etc. So it was really the one that was, maybe it had a high concentration of that retinol. So for me, what I ended up doing was just looking for something that is something that you can find in Sephora, and that's not too expensive. And that's how I got a hold of the two products that I've tried out, I've used. You'll actually see that for one of them it's actually finished. So I've tried the ordinary one. The ordinary one was called the Granactive Retinol 2% Emulsion, and it said that it has advanced retinol of 2%. Then I've tried the Inkey list one. The Inkey list one is just called retinol. You will not even know the percentage, the strength, and all that things you'll not know. So the retinol for the ordinary comes in a brown bottle like this. It has a dropper. Then the one for the Inkey list, it just comes like this. It doesn't have a dropper. It just has a hole in the front. There's no pump, there's nothing like that. So those are the two retinols that I'm just going to talk about. and just tell you my experience with them, and give you an assessment of which one I actually prefer and which one yeah, so it's like the ordinary retinol versus the Inkey list retinol. I think I'll go on to say that this is based from my own experience. Skin is different. My skin, the next person's skin, the other person's skin, totally different. What works for me might not work for you. That's why, like, for me it was an issue of just trial and error to see what works and what doesn't. So I might say something right now, and for you it's a different situation, and that's okay because we are all different. For the Inkey list, they have sort of like two types of retinol. They have 1% retinol itself, then they have 0.5% granactive retinol. So can you see that concentration is not very high? That's why for me, I can actually use this one for the Inkey list every single day. Like, I can use it every single day. Maybe it's because I've developed a tolerance to it, but even from the onset, I used it when I got it, I used it every day, and it was okay. The benefits that I got with the one for Inkey list was actually, I used to have so many bumps texture. That texture actually went away. And then when I would get like breakouts, they wouldn't come out. Like, I would get a pimple, yes, but it would not come out as, you know, that white head. I would get pimples. Like, my acne did not go away, but it sort of controlled that acne. For starters, I got it at a time whereby I was really struggling with my acne. So I decided to not do it gradually, which is what people normally do when you get your retinol. You should use it gradually, as in so that you build a tolerance to it. So for me, I was just like, I'm going through a lot. I just started using it. And I think it's just the fact that maybe the strength is not that much. Just like I said, it's just 1% retinol and 0.5% granactive retinoid. But you also have to make sure that if you use it, if you do what I did, how I would manage that is that in the morning, every time I'm using a sunscreen. Because when you use your retinol, you're supposed to be using sunscreen during the daytime, because your skin will become very sensitive. What I saw changed with my skin was that the texture, my skin's texture was actually becoming better. It was actually smoother. I could put my makeup on better. I didn't experience any peeling. But in the beginning, I would put it a bit too close to my mouth, so I would start, you know, feeling something here. But now, given that we've been friends for a while, I know what to do and what not to do. And then the pimples themselves, what I noticed with this particular retinol is it actually will not stop your pimples, right? It sort of controls them. So for me, say I would get a bump, it would not come out as a whitehead. I'll just give an example. With regards to the pimple, I have a bump here, but it doesn't come out as a whitehead. Also, the other thing is it became easier to just, you know, just put on my makeup, put on, you know, just have a sort of a semi-normal life with regards to putting on makeup, etc. It helped with that. My skin actually became smoother. You know, those benefits that I mentioned earlier, I actually got most of those. Brightness also, with regards to hyperpigmentation. I have been experiencing some hyperpigmentation, and I think it's because maybe, say, earlier on in my life, I wouldn't really put the required sunscreen. So I suffer from a bit of hyperpigmentation here and here. So I've been working with regards to that, and I've been using that as one of the remedies for me to fix that. As you can see, I wear glasses, so I normally squint a lot, like I really squint a lot. So I developed sort of like a line or two here, and I've noticed that it helps with that line or two there. Like, yes, you still have it, but it's not as visible, as pronounced as it normally should be, as it would be, say, if I stop using it. Yeah, so what's the price of this product? This product actually goes for $9.99 at Sephora. Yeah, so that's the Inkey list. Then I think someone would want to see the consistency, the texture of this product. So this is what it looks like. It's a yellowish color. It's not porous, it's thick. It has a smell. It's not a bad, overpowering smell actually. It's not so bad. It doesn't linger also when you put it on your face. So that's how this one looks like. So now let's speak about the Ordinary. The Ordinary have a wide array of these retinols. So it just depends on you and what you want to, and the strength that you can manage. So with me, I started off with this one, which is the Granactive Retinoid 2% emulsion. So with this particular retinoid, my experience with it was a bit different from the one from the Inkey list, because for me, I wanted to find out what works better for me, right? So the experience has been a bit different. As you can see, it comes in a bottle, in a dark bottle. So they say that retinol at times can actually go bad if it's not in a protected bottle. So that's why the Ordinary actually put it in a brown bottle like this one. My experience with it has really been a bit different from the one from the Inkey list. So I'll speak to just a few things. The first one is this dropper bottle. I feel like this dropper bottle is really good. You can, yeah, the dropper bottle is actually really good. This is something that you can reuse. If you clean it well, it's something that you can reuse and maybe put your hair oil or something. Then sadly, it's finished, so I can't show you how it looks like, the color, etc. But take my word for it, it's also yellow. It has a scent, but this scent is not as pleasant as the one for the Inkey list. I really don't like the scent, but it does its job also well. With regards to pimples, I'll still get pimples. Now with this particular Ordinary retinol, I'll still get pimples and I'll actually get whiteheads. But the difference with that is those whiteheads I'll get, they'll take a shorter time to sort of dry off. Then the other thing was the consistency is a bit runny. So you need to be very careful when you're using it so that you don't use too much, but the consistency is a bit runny. Then the other thing was with regards to my texture, it didn't help it as much as the one for the Inkey list. My skin was still a bit bumpy. And then also with regards to flakiness, I felt like when I put makeup on and I've used this particular Ordinary retinol, I'll get a few patches, like my makeup will not apply just, you know, nicely. I'll get a few of those you know, like skin, like flaky skin, especially around this area, which is something that I didn't experience with the Inkey list. And then also the price for this retinol, the Ordinary retinol, was actually $9.80 in Sephora. That's where I bought these products from. So those are the prices, those are the retail prices in Sephora. So let's look at them side to side with regards to a couple of these attributes. Bottle. When it comes to the bottle, I prefer the Ordinary bottle. It's in a dropper. I really like this. I really like this because as you can see here, I finished it. I have finished it completely. There's nothing in here, nothing for me to play around with. It's finished, right? Then if I'm to show you the old bottle from the Inkey list, this is the one. And to be honest, I still feel like if I'm to cut it, I'll still find some product in here, meaning that I possibly have wasted 2 applications. 2 applications. Let the cheapness in me speak. So with regards to the bottle, the Ordinary wins. With regards to application, I prefer the texture of the Inkey list application because it's a bit thicker. The Ordinary one can be a bit runny, so you need to be a bit careful. So for me, I'll give it to the Inkey list. Then with regards to texture for me, Inkey list, I feel like the Ordinary for me did not do as well as the Inkey list with regards to my, you know, my texture and my bumps. Like right now, if you were to feel my skin, because I'm using the Inkey list right now, if you were to feel my skin right now, it feels so nice and like soft, like smooth, like you can just go, you know, use your finger yeah, like really smooth. With regards to brightening and working on my hyperpigmentation, I'd actually go for the for both of them, because they really help with my hyperpigmentation, and I cannot say one is doing better than the other. Then regarding price, they are generally the same price. Ordinary $9.80, Inkey list $9.99, so it's just $10. So for me, I'll say that for they both get a point. It's reasonable, it's affordable. Then with regards to minimizing breakouts, I'll give that to the Inkey list. The Inkey list is really like for me, I'll still get pimples, but they're not as bad, and then they don't come out as white. They go back. I don't know whether I can say that, but they don't come out fully. It helps really minimize the breakouts. Yeah, so all in all, I can say that I prefer the Inkey list. Let me know if you've tried both of them before. What was your take on it? What are your thoughts? What are your views? Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. It started raining, so I don't want you guys to start hearing the rain. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Bye.